Good morning, Solid Steppers and Tech the Titans 2.0. This is Ms.Ward coming to you from Gainesville, Florida. I want to talk this morning a little bit. I want to be able to take a moment before I got up and started my day about a couple of things. One thing I want to make sure is that I try to be as transparent as possible on the channel because this is really not my forte. But it's okay. I'm keeping it real, and I'm gonna always attempt to be as authentic as I can. What I want to talk about today is when you have an issue in business, always look at yourself. Whenever I've had a problem in business, and the reason why you hear me talk about accountability and structure and discipline is because the problem has always been me. Either it's been my viewpoint, my lack of a skill, my lack of inability to get out of my own way. Okay, I own that, and I'm actually wear that as a badge because that means I'm out here really boots on the ground. For example, you know, I've been getting calls and jobs all week long. Christmas Day, people was, you know, it is what it is. But the beautiful part of being in this type of industry is that you really dictate the workflow and how you move. The key is how do you address it and how do you funnel it in such a way that it works for you, your family, your skill set, things of that nature. I really want people to take a moment and just slow down and really structure their businesses. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It has to be built around you and what you can do and what you can do well, and then things you can build upon. So I want you to take a moment. You know, you hear, I was laughing because I was talking to one of my roundtable members, and I was talking about how, you know, they got this thing going around, disappear for 6 months, disappear for 90 days. You know, some of us need to disappear for 6 years because you got to unlearn all that programming. And this goes for whether you do it part-time. You know, some people just need to have a job, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me explain something to you. When I had my job, I was the best. And when I say I was the best, meaning that I made that job mine. And they might have had rules, laws, all this other stuff, but when it came to me, all that was out the window because in order for me to excel and perform at a certain level, it had to work the way that I was able to work and provide maximum performance and productivity. And my performance was so significant that there were just no rules. And that's a positive and a negative because you're gonna have lovers and haters. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. But when you know you're unique, you move accordingly. I'm not saying you should do that. What I'm saying is you need to find whatever niche that is, whatever profession. You know, they have all these tests out here you can take to really kind of hone in on your skill set. You got time to scroll. You got time to watch this video. You got time to learn something. I'm going to keep it real. And in this day and age, there's no excuse for us not to know. I want to send a shout out to Mike Sneed because Mike Sneed from Appliance Bootcamp, please go check him out. He is one of the most transparent businessmen I have ever met in my life. He doesn't put on airs that he's doing more. In fact, he's very humble and he's very I like to call his ass cloak and dagger because he don't be showing y'all everything. And he's very humble, you know, and he makes moves and learns lessons. And he does it in a, what I like to say, bite-sized way, meaning he does different things or businesses that he can take and make them profitable, from the ice cream to the kettle corn, you know, and the way he goes into areas, operative word, he leaves where he lives and he goes and explores other territories to open businesses and do things because he understands what, what's the word I'm looking for? Fertile ground. And when I say fertile ground, I mean areas that you can go plant a seed, watch it grow, and not lose your shirt in the process. And if you do have to take a blow, you can maintain. And that's the difference between people who do real business. You know, if you meet any real business people who not on the flash, and it's like me, I ain't on that flashy. I ain't flexing for the gram or whatever people be doing because I could care less. At the end of the day, like I was telling my roundtable, 2024 is going to be an interesting year because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to lose their businesses. They're going to not be able to pivot and do what they need to do. You should always be preparing for a pivot, and should always have your steps in order. It ain't going to be perfect, but until you get out here and understand what boots on the ground means, you're going to stay stuck. So I just want everybody to understand, take grace with yourself. Please don't compare yourself to anybody else, because I'm here to tell you, these people be fronting they ass off. This is why I'm cocky, because I ain't got no problem popping my numbers up. In fact, I don't mind going toe-to-toe with anybody, because it's just how I'm built. I understand, just like I made a video yesterday, I'll be putting it up, and it talks about how you can't do what we do. Don't get in your feelings. And it ain't nothing funny, it's just a fact. You got to look and check off what you're willing to sacrifice to do. Because to me, it ain't a sacrifice. Prime example, I'm here in Gainesville prepping for clients I have to service and things of that nature. And I actually have an appointment today, a couple of them. And my better half and child are in Mexico, in the mountains, some damn where, okay? At the end of the day, that's a choice. I want to make sure I'm on the grind doing what I need to do. And that goes to another thing. Let me tell y'all something. Be careful who you partner with. Because if you can't focus on what you're trying to do and grow for yourself, and as an extension, your family and future generations, because of the drama going on or coming from that other department in your life, whatever it is, it needs to be eliminated, and you need to take a look at yourself. You know, one gentleman left a note about he doesn't even do appliance repair, but he loves watching my channel because of the level of accountability I hold the people who watch it, and myself too. Let me tell you something. That was something I had to learn, and that's why I'm so strict about it. That's why you hear me say 12-Week Year by Brian Moran. It's boring as hell, but you're going to have to figure it out, and it gives you the steps. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Easy as pie. 4-Hour Work Week, Tim Ferriss, Profit First, Book Yourself Solid. Get them. If you're losing, this on you. And let's not even talk about my boy Andy Frisella and 75 Hard. The reality is there are systems in place to, man, and a lot of these books, you can get them free on, I hate to say this, on YouTube, you know, for those, you know, I ain't gonna, let's not even talk about free 99. Y'all know how I feel about that. I feel like you need to study whatever free material and get as much as you can, so that when you come to deal with or coach with somebody like myself or somebody else, you already did that legwork, because you're doing yourself a disservice if you reach out before you even know if you're interested in doing this, or any business, or any self-development. At some point, you have to understand, you know, like, I'm going to give you a quick note. My whole issue with employees is that I am not a fan of re-raising grown folks. I did that for over 30 years in corporate America, in the automotive industry, in the service industry. So I'm very clear about technicians. You know, let me tell you something. I swear I was babysitting for years, and I was okay with it because I had no problem with developing performers. Because I could see things in people and bring things out in people other people couldn't. But that was because I listened to who they were, what they needed. I understood their limits, but I also understood how to manage people to their greatest abilities, to the point where they saw what I saw in them. Now that is sacrifice, because you putting your own personal stuff to the side to make sure other people excel. That's why I have no interest in it. I'm like, I'm good. Now when I deal with people, I vet them. I make sure they have the criteria that I'm interested in actually fine-tuning, and also that I can learn something from them. And my coaching is always a reciprocating relationship. Don't come, and the point is, the people know when they come to me, don't come to me with that whoa. Even after the coaching's over and we have another relationship or friendship, or they're members of the round table, I still hold them accountable. Like, look, I'm not that woman that believe them lies that lay next to you every night. And I'm not her. You got me messed up. But I still love you though. So I'm saying all that to say is that take a moment. Just a moment. That's all it takes. I mean, y'all got time to scroll. Y'all got time to learn something, because I'm telling you, those of you guys that don't have the skills, just like Diamond Dave, make sure y'all check out his channel. Love his analysis of everything, because he's a beast. No emotion, just facts. That's my dude. He talks about taking the deal, getting the skills of taking the deal. That's a fact. And there's a lot of y'all out here whining and crying. Y'all done spent money y'all don't have trying to impress people. Oh my God. In December, it's got to be the worst. I feel sorry for you, because I was one of them people. Now, what? Don't even. But it is what it is. We all got our journeys. So I'm not knocking anybody. I just want you to take a moment. Really love on yourself by investing in yourself. Invest in your emotional development. Invest on your education. Invest in any skill. Now, there are things you're interested in. Why not invest? You're interested in IT? Go over to Erica's Facebook group. I think she's got like 40,000 and growing people over there, and they're offering several options. At the end of the day, let's not even talk about how much stuff you can learn for free. There's so much you can learn. And I think that as adults, you owe it to yourself to keep your mind sharp. And when you keep your mind sharp, you keep your body sharp, you keep your spirit sharp. The things that you have to do. And then you got to go deal with them issues that y'all ass running from. And you know what I'm talking about. The traumas from childhood and adult. You know, there's a lot of us walking around that's really wounded. And it affects your relationship with yourself and your business and your development. You know, I was just looking at 7 Habits of Successful People, of Highly Effective People. Stephen Covey, the oldest, the thing is like 30 years old now. There's some things and some techniques in the world that are older than time itself, you know, and they just common sense. But a lot of times, in this environment, we've gotten very comfortable with AI and not using our senses. Like, prime example, say GPS went away. A lot of us would be stuck, and I would be one of them. I'm always thinking about that when I'm traveling places, because I'm like, what if you didn't have this? So now I'm on this thing about acquiring maps, because I'm very clear that we are very dependent. So while the systems are in place, remember, you heard it here first, you better get it together from whatever your goals are. You know, a lot of y'all better learn how to plant some, better go back to agriculture and learn how to plant some gardens. I got one at mine right now. Got the raised beds, all that going. But that was something that I said I was going to do years ago. So this year, in 2024, take a moment to really work on the basics and the foundation, so that no matter what you do, you can pivot. That's all I got for y'all today. I'm going to get off my soapbox and actually do what I say I'm going to do, like an adult. And I hope you do the same. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy Kwanzaa. Be blessed, y'all. Ms.Ward signing off. Have a great day.